2 homes without a bed for me. At my dad's house, I sleep on the sofa. My younger brother sleeps in a children's room with a slide. At my mother's house, I sleep on a folding bed on the balcony. Sweet sleep in the pink princess room. From the age of 10 to 28, I spent 18 years without a room of my own. During the Chinese New Year this year, I moved into a house in a school district that I bought. 3 bedrooms and 1 living room, transparent from north to south. The name on the real estate deed is mine. Then, the phones on both sides rang at the same time. 1. My name is Sun Yen. When I was 10 years old, my parents divorced. The court sentenced me and my father. Dad doesn't want it. He told the judge that he was too busy with work to take care of his children. Mom doesn't want it either. She said she wanted to start over. Finally, it was Grandma who stood up. I'll take it. My 62-year-old grandmother took me home from the court gate. It was raining that day. Grandma's umbrella is not big, and she keeps leaning towards me. When she got home, half of her shoulders were wet. I lived with my grandma for 8 years. During these 8 years, my father should pay alimony of 1,500 yuan per month. The first 2 years, I fought. Starting in the 3rd year, off and on. In the 4th year, he remarried. The stepmother's name is Lu Fong. After having Lu Fong, the alimony will be even less. 500, 300, some months, not a penny. Grandma called to urge me. Dad said, we are tight this month, but we will make up for it next month. Still no refill next month. When I was 12 years old, my father had a son, Su Hao. Since then, alimony has been completely discontinued. Grandma called again. Dad said, the second child has just been born, so it will cost a lot of money. Now that Nian Nian is old, we can't spend much money anymore. Grandma said nothing. After putting down the phone, she rummaged in the cabinet for a long time and found a passbook. I didn't know the numbers above until later. That was all her savings. According to regulations, I can go to my father's house every winter and summer vacation. The first time I went there was when I was 11 years old. Dad's new home is a 3-bedroom apartment. The master bedroom belongs to Dad and Lu Fong. The second bedroom was converted into a study. The small bedroom is not yet in use. You can sleep on the sofa first, Dad said. Just stay for a few days and make do. The sofa is very narrow. I can lie down on my side. I was woken up by the air-conditioned wind in the middle of the night, and no one helped me turn off the lights in the living room. Later, Su Hao was born. The small bedroom became a children's room. Blue walls with car wall stickers. There is a crib, a small wardrobe, and a whole wall of toys. When I go back, I still sleep on the sofa. Once, Su Hao cried all night. Lu Fong came out of the bedroom and glanced at me. Can you sleep on the balcony? Xiao Hao is a stranger. He doesn't feel at ease if you are in the living room. I hugged the pillow and went to the balcony. December. The northern balcony is not heated. That night, I wrapped my dad's old coat around me and curled up on the deck chair, shivering from cold. The next day, my father got up and saw me sitting on the balcony wrapped in my coat. He said, why are you sleeping here? I said, Andy asked me to come. He was stunned for a moment. Then, next time you told me earlier, I'll get you a quilt. Next time. It's always next time. When Su Hao was 3 years old, his father enrolled him in English classes, Lego classes, and roller skating classes. 3 courses, more than 20,000 per year. I have never taken any interest classes. Once, I asked my dad, can I learn something too? Dad said, you are already in junior high school. There is no point in learning that. Study hard and get into a good university. He patted my head. That hand was the same hand that bought Su Hao Lego. This is my dad's house. 3 bedrooms and 1 living room. None of them are mine. And I have another home. Mom sighed. I don't know if it's better over there. But Grandma said something to me. It's Chinese New Year and your mother asked you to stay with her for 2 days. Grandma's tone was calm. But I saw her hand tightening on my school bag strap. 2. My mother remarried earlier than my father. Her new husband is Zhao Dayong, who is in the building materials business. Zhao Dayong's ex-wife is gone, and he has no children. The year after my mother got married, she gave birth to Zhao Tiantian. Tiantian is 2 years younger than Su Hao. The first time I went to my mother's new home was during the summer vacation when I was 11 years old. My mother came to my grandma's house to pick me up. She was driving Zhao Dayong's car, a white SUV with a pink child safety seat in the back seat. That's sweet. Mom said, just sit next to me. When we arrived at my mother's house, it was a 4-bedroom apartment with 2 living rooms. It's bigger than my dad's house. The master bedroom belongs to my mother and Zhao Dayong, a tea house made by Zhao Dayong. One is a suite room. When I opened the door, I saw pink curtains, pink bedding, and plush toys all over the wall. There is a night light by the bedside, which is shaped like a strawberry. Doesn't it look good? Mom said, your Uncle Zhao arranged it for Tiantian. Then where should I sleep? Mom thought for a while. There is a folding bed on the balcony. You can make do with it for 2 days. The balcony again. It's make do again. When Tiantian was 4 years old, I saw her at her birthday party. Mom was preparing a week in advance. Ordered a cake, 3 layers. Ordered a balloon arch. We invited classmates from Tiantian kindergarten, more than 20 children. Mom was wearing a new dress and was taking pictures all the time. The circle of friends has a 9-square grid with the text, Happy birthday, my little princess. That day, I sat in the corner. No one introduced me. Tiantian's classmate asked, who is my sister? My mother said, my relatives' children are here to play for 2 days. Children of relatives. I am a relative's child. I was 13 years old that year. My 13th birthday was celebrated at my grandma's house. Grandma cooked a bowl of longevity noodles and cooked 2 poached eggs. Nian Nian, let's eat some noodles. I asked Grandma, has Mom called? Grandma held the bowl and said nothing. I lowered my head and ate the noodles. The noodles are very hot. I told myself that my eyes were red because my face was too hot. That night, I opened my mother's circle of friends. The latest one is of Tian Tian wearing a newly bought princess dress and smiling on the mall carousel. I scrolled down for a long time. Nothing about my birthday was found. Not a single one. Tian Tian is available every year. I don't have any. Later I learned not to turn over. But there are some things that you can know without reading them. Tian Tian studies ballet and earns 18,000 yuan a year. Tian Tian learns piano and earns 24,000 yuan a year. Tian Tian celebrates the new year with new clothes, lucky money, and a family trip. And I. My mother sent me a red envelope of 100 yuan during the Chinese New Year. WeChat transfer. No messages left. In my 3rd year of junior high school, the school held a parent-teacher conference. I called my mother. Mom, there is a parent-teacher meeting on Friday. Can you come? There was silence on the other end of the phone. Tian Tian has a performance that day. You let your grandma go. Grandma is 68 years old. She put on her best clothes and took an hour-and-a-half bus ride to attend my parent-teacher conference. The head teacher asked, "This is Sun Yan's Grandma." Grandma said. She smiled. But when I saw her writing her name on the sign-in sheet, her hands shook. That night, I was lying on my little bed at my grandma's house, thinking a lot. 2 homes. Dad's side, the sofa. Mom's side, balcony. Grandma, here is a small bed. But only here with Grandma. Someone will say something when I come back. Nian Nian, the meal is ready. I found out later. Grandma called both Dad and Mom. The content is almost the same. It's time to pay Nian Nian's tuition. Dad said, it's tight this month, but I'll give it next month. Mom said, Dayong's business has not been good recently. Please take a moment. Not given next month. It didn't slow down either. What I didn't know was that Grandma made a decision. That decision made me truly understand what being loved means many years later. Free. In my senior year of high school, my grandmother sold her house. She has lived in that old neighborhood for 30 years. 2 bedrooms and 1 living room, 48 square meters. Old house, worthless. Sold for 320,000. Grandma took the money and rented a 1-bedroom apartment next to my school. It's close to school, so you don't have to rush. She saved the extra money. This is your tuition. I saw that passbook later. 120,000. On the day after the college entrance examination, I found out my results. 42 points ahead of the first line. I called Dad. Dad, I passed the exam. Dad said, okay. Then he said, Nian Nian, you first ask your mother if she can pay half of the college tuition. I called my mother again. Mom, I'm admitted to college. Mom said, okay, congratulations. Then she said, you discussed the tuition with your father. He is your legal guardian. I hung up the phone. Sitting on the windowsill of the rental house, looking at the street lights outside. Later, my grandmother paid the tuition fees. In the first year, 12,000. The next year, 12,000. In the 3rd year, 12,000. In the 4th year, 12,000. Plus living expenses, accommodation, and books. For years. Grandma's bank book went from 120,000 to 14,000. I remember my grandma came to school to visit me during my senior year. She ate in the cafeteria and only ordered a vegetarian dish and a bowl of rice. I said, Grandma, I'll treat you to something good. Grandma said, this is delicious. She smiled and gave me the only piece of tofu in the dish. When I went back that day, I sent a message to Moments. Transcripts from 4 years ago and graduation photos from 4 years later. Caption, thank you, Grandma. No one liked it. In Dad's circle of friends, the post that day was that Su Hao won the first prize in the Lego competition. 32 likes. My mother's circle of friends posted a sweet video of a ballet performance that day. 45 likes. This one of mine is at the bottom. After graduation, I stayed in the city. Do design. The first job had a monthly salary of 4,500. The rent is 1,000 and 5,000. Eat 1,000. Transportation is 200. The rest, I transfer 1,000 to my grandma every month. Grandma doesn't want it. I have a pension, which is enough to spend. I said, Grandma, you have supported me for 18 years. This money is mine. You must accept it. She accepted it. But I later discovered that she had saved all the money I transferred and didn't spend any of it. There is a line written on the passbook. Nian Nian. When I saw that line of writing, I cried in the bathroom for 20 minutes. Dad has contacted me occasionally over the years. The content is basically the same. Nian Nian, your brother wants a new school bag. Nian Nian, your brother has to pay for the summer camp. Nian Nian, please help me turn around. When Su Hao was 10 years old, my father asked me to buy Su Hao a pair of sneakers worth 600 yuan. I bought it. I ate instant noodles for half of that month. After Su Hao received the shoes, he posted a message on WeChat Moments. Thank you, Dad. No, thank you, sister. Yes, thank you, Dad. I didn't say anything. Take a screenshot of that circle of friends. Stored in the mobile phone. This is one of the many screenshots I saved later. I don't know if it will be used in the future, but I developed a habit. Every transfer, every conversation, every message. I keep them all. Grandma once said, Nian Nian, some people in this world live by their mouths. You have to live by your accounts. I remember. 4. Work for 5 years. I jumped into Groove twice. The salary increased from 4,500 to 12,000. Live frugally. I saved 340,000 yuan in 5 years. In addition to the year-end bonus, plus the bottom of the box secretly given to me by my grandma. 410,000 were collected. Enough to pay the down payment for a house in a school district. I looked at the property for 3 months. Finally, I chose a second-hand house with 3 bedrooms and 1 living room in the south of the city. 87 square feet. The total price is 1.62 million. The down payment is 410,000 yuan and the loan is 1.21 million yuan. Monthly payment is 6,800. The day I signed the contract, my hands were shaking. Not afraid. It's excitement. 28 years. I finally have a home of my own. The day the real estate certificate came out, I took photos. Send it to Grandma. Grandma watched for a long time. Then sent a voice message. Nian Nian, that's great. Her voice was laughing. But I heard it. She was crying too. I didn't post on Moments. But I don't know who leaked the news. Maybe an uncle. Maybe an aunt. It could also be that a relative on my grandma's side mentioned it accidentally. All in all, less than a week. Dad knows. Mom also knows. Dad called first. Nian Nian, I heard that you bought a house? Which neighborhood is it in? South of the city. How's the school district? I was stunned for a moment. Why do you ask this? Dad smiled. Your brother will be promoted to junior high school next year, you know. Is your community the counterpart of the experimental middle school? I held the phone and said nothing. Nian Nian, if you live alone with 3 bedrooms and 1 living room, you won't be able to use that many rooms. Do you think you can let your brother's household registration be transferred there? Just put your name on it, I won't bother you. I said, I'll think about it. Hang up the phone. 3 minutes later, my mother's call came. Nian Nian, did you buy a house? Congratulations. 3 bedrooms and 1 living room? That's just right. Tian will go to elementary school the next year. Your school district seems to be dash. Mom. I interrupted her. What do you want to say? Mom was silent for a moment. It's not a big deal. It's a waste for you to live in such a big house alone. I'll take Tian to live there for a while and help you clean up. Help me tidy up. I haven't waited for a meal from her for 28 years. Now she's coming to help me clean up. I hung up the phone. Sitting in an empty new house. The living room has no furniture yet. Outside the floor-to-ceiling windows, the setting sun shines in. The light hit the empty floor. I remember when I was 11 years old, lying on my side on the sofa at my dad's house. I remember when I was 13 years old, huddled in a ball on the balcony of my mother's house. I remember my grandma making noodles for me in the rental house. 2 homes. None of it is mine. Now I have my own. Here they come. I sat on the floor for a long time. Then turn on your phone. Dig out the photo album dedicated to saving screenshots. All transfer records. All chat history. Screenshots of all moments. One by one. One by one. From when I was 11 to 28. 17 years. I counted them once. The total amount of money my father transferred to me. $7,600. The total amount of money my mother transferred to me. $11,200. Total, 18,800 yuan. 17 years. 18,800 yuan. An average of 1,100 yuan per year. It's not enough for Su Hao's interest class fee for 1 month. A princess dress is not sweet enough. I put these numbers into a table. Sent to my own email address. Then put the phone down. Looking at the sunset outside the floor-to-ceiling window. There are still 20 days left in the new year. They will come. I know. Come on then. 5. There are still 15 days until the Chinese New Year. Dad called again. This time, he said something new. Nian Nian, when you were in college, didn't your father leave an education fund for you? I was stunned. Education fund. Right. When I was in junior high school, my father made a promise to my grandmother. I will pay for Nian Nian's college education. I save 1,000 every month, and by then I will have 70 or 80,000. This is what he wrote in black and white back then. Grandma still has that piece of paper. But during 4 years of college, he didn't pay a penny. The tuition fees were all grandma's savings. At that time, I asked my father, where's the education fund we agreed on? He said, money has been tight these past few years. I'll give it to you when things get better. It was never mentioned again. Now, he brought it up again. Dad did save that money back then. But then Su Hao was born and the family had a lot of expenses, so I misappropriated it. I held the phone, my fingertips turning white. How much was appropriated? All. 78,000. His tone was calm. It seems to be talking about a very small thing. But Nian Nian, my father's been trying to make up for it in the past few years. Look, your brother will go to school next year. If he uses your school district room dash. You mean? I interrupted. You transfer my education fund to Su Hao. Now I want to give my school district room to Su Hao. Yeah. There was silence on the other end of the phone. Nian Nian, don't say that, the whole family. Answer me a question first. 78,000. When will you pay it back? Su Hyangwu. I called his name. When will you return it? He said nothing. I hung up the phone. Hands shaking. Not sad. It's angry. 78,000. He saved 78,000 yuan and agreed to give it to me to go to college. Then he spent it on Su Hao's milk powder, diapers, early education classes, and Lego classes. As for my tuition fees, I raised money from my grandmother's old house that she had sold for 30 years. I'm sitting in the living room. The walls of the new house are not finished yet. White walls. Very empty. But this is mine. I saved it penny by penny. Mimi. Not his. Not hers either. It's not that they want to take possession of it after appropriating it. I turned on my phone and called my grandma. Grandma, do you still have the promise letter from back then? The one written by Dad. Grandma said, yes. On the bottom of the cabinet. I wrapped it in a plastic bag. Nyen yen, what do you want to do? I want to settle the accounts that need to be settled. Grandma was silent for a long time. Then he said something. Nyen yen, forget it. Grandma supports you. Hang up the phone. I opened my mother's circle of friends. The latest article, Zhao Tiantian's winning photos in the dance competition. Caption, my pride. I continued to scroll down. Turn to one from 2 months ago. It is a forwarded article. The title is, Changes in School District Housing Policies. These communities correspond to famous schools. Mom's message. Tian will go to elementary school next year, so we have to prepare in advance. I looked at that retweet. Then click on the comment area. The first comment is from Zhao Daong. Didn't you say that there is a school district room for Nyen Nyen? Mom replied with a smiley face. Then a long reply. I told Nyen Nyen that her place has 3 bedrooms and 1 living room, and it would be a waste for her to live alone. When the time comes, I will take Tian to live there, and I will save money on renting a house. I stared at the reply. Read it word by word. It's a waste for her to live alone. I will take Tian to live there then. It saves money on renting a house. She had already planned it. Before I bought a house. No. Maybe the first day after I buy a house. She had already planned it. My house. Not my home. It was the school district she prepared for Tian. I took a screenshot of that circle of friends. In conjunction with the comments below. One by one. Save it to that photo album. Then turn off your phone. Outside the window, the street lights were on. There are still 12 days left in the new year. They will definitely come. One needs a household registration. One wants to move in. It's all my blood. He was homeless for 28 years. Still not enough. I started decorating. Bought furniture. Door lock installed. Password lock. Only I know the password. And Grandma knows. 6. There are 8 days left until the Chinese New Year. Mom is here. Didn't come by myself. Take Zhao Daong with him. And sweet. Tian was wearing a pink down jacket and carrying a strawberry school bag. Mom was standing at the door, holding fruit and milk in her hand. Nyen Nyen, the new home is so beautiful. She looked around. This living room is big. Tian can practice dancing here. Zhao Daong sat on the sofa with his legs crossed. Xiao Su, you are a little girl. Aren't you afraid of living in such a big house? I looked at him. Not afraid. Zhao Daong smiled. I mean, your mother and Tian moved here, and it's very lively. I'll help you cook, by the way. Mom took over. Yes, Nyen Nyen, you are busy at work. Let me help you. Tian will go to elementary school the next year, and this school district is just right. Mom. I interrupted her. Are you here to see the house, or are you here to see me? Mom was stunned for a moment. Of course it's up to you. Then why is the first thing you say when you walk in the door is, the living room is big, Tian can practice dancing? Mom's smile froze. I'll just say it casually. Zhao Daong stood up. Xiao Su, don't be so angry. Your mother is kind enough to come and see you. Uncle Zhao. I looked at him. This is my house. Of course my mom can come, but I have the final say who lives in my house. Zhao Daong's expression changed. Mother pulled Zhao Daong's sleeve. Okay, let's not talk about this today. She laughed again and put the fruit on the coffee table. Nyen Nyen, Mom just came to see you. Mom won't worry about you being alone during the Chinese New Year. Don't worry. When I was 11 years old, you could let me sleep on the balcony. When I was 13, you forgot my birthday. When I was 18 years old, you asked my grandma to attend a parent-teacher meeting. When did you worry about me? But I didn't say it. I smiled a little. Mom, don't worry. I've arranged it. Before she left, she stood at the door and looked back. Not looking at me. Look at the largest bedroom. I heard her say to Zhao Daong in the corridor. Why are you in a hurry? Take your time. She lives alone and sooner or later we have to move in. She didn't know that my door was not closed tightly. Every word. I heard it all. Close the door. I leaned against the door panel. Close your eyes. Sooner or later we have to move in. Sooner or later. She was sure. Because I am her daughter. Daughter. Shouldn't it be? I open my eyes. Go to the living room. Take out a notebook. Turn over a new page. Start writing. Dad sighed. The education fund of 78,000 yuan was misappropriated. The total alimony payment is 7,600. Su Hao's registered permanent residence is about to be moved. Mom sighed. The total alimony is 11,200. Zhao Tian wants to move in. School district room. I wrote 2 pages. Every transaction is money. Every transaction is an account. Then I wrote a sentence at the bottom. Everything must be paid back. The notebook is closed. There are still 7 days left in the new year. In the afternoon, my father called me. Nyen Nyen, come back for dinner on the 2nd day of the new year. By the way, let me tell you about the household registration dash. Dad. I said, you give me back the 78,000 first. Didn't you say you saved an education fund? Didn't you say misappropriation? Pay back the money and let's talk about other things. The phone was disconnected. He did it. In the evening, my aunt's WeChat message came. Nian Nian, your dad said you won't let Su Hao settle in? You live alone in a school district room and let your brother use it. What's wrong? Are you too cruel? I didn't reply. Another one. Uncles. Nian Nian, your dad asked me to tell you, don't worry about it as a family. Su Hao's schooling is a big deal. I still haven't replied. Another one. Dad sent it to the family group. Nian Nian bought a house in the school district and lives alone with 3 bedrooms and 1 living room. Su Hao will not be able to go to school until he is promoted to junior high school next year. As a father, I am really disappointed. Below are 7 or 8 replies. Why is Nian Nian like this? You don't even want to help your brother? It was so difficult for her father to raise her back then. I looked at the messages. One by one. Every one of them scolds me. Not a single question was asked. How did she get here all these years? I exit the group chat. Open that photo album. Screenshots from 17 years. One by one. Enough. I sent my grandma a message. Grandma, help me prepare the commitment letter and all bank book records. I want to use it for the Chinese New Year. Grandma replied instantly. It has been prepared for a long time. In the drawer in your room. It's wrapped. 7. The 20th day of the 12th lunar month. I went to my grandma's house to pick up something. Grandma handed me a brown paper envelope. It contains a piece of yellowed paper, a letter of commitment to the education fund written by Su Jiangwo himself, dated when I was 12 years old. An old passbook, grandma's, with all the transactions from 320,000 to 14,000. A stack of printing paper, records of the phone calls my grandma made to my father and mother over the years to collect child support. There is also a USB flash drive. What's this? Grandma said, your mother divorced your father back then, and when the court was mediating, your mother said something. What words? The mediator asked her if she wanted custody. Grandma looked at me. Your mother said, I want to start over. It's hard to get married with a child. I am holding the USB flash drive. Fingers feel cold. It's the same with your dad. He said he was busy with work and couldn't take care of him. 2 guys were pushing and pushing. Finally, the mediator asked, what about the child? I stood up and said, I'll do it. Grandma's eyes were red. You were 10 years old then. They didn't even fight. I put the envelope away. No crying. Enough crying. 28 years is enough. Go back to your house. Spread all information out on the table. Letter of commitment. Passbook. Transfer records. Screenshot. Screenshot of moments. Screenshot of mom and Zhao Dayong's comments. That message from dad to the family group. 1 portion at a time. Schedule according to time. Then turn on the computer. Made a form. Title. Su Jiangwo and Chun Li's actual support expenditure for Su Nian. First column, year. Column 2, dad's actual expenses. Column 3, mom's actual expenses. Column 4, grandma's actual expenses. Column 5, remarks. From 2008 to 2025. 17 years. Dad, 7,600. Mom, 11,200. Grandma, selling the house costs 320,000 yuan plus pension subsidy plus daily expenses. A conservative estimate is 450,000 yuan. I printed 3 copies of the form. Give 1 copy to dad. Give 1 copy to mom. 1 copy is sent to the family group. No, not in a hurry yet. Let them come first. Let them finish speaking first. Let them explain enough reasons first. Then, I tore it into pieces piece by piece. There are only 2 days until the Chinese New Year. Dad sent another message in the group. On the 2nd day of junior high school, let's come and see Nian Nian's new house. The whole family is lively and lively. There are a bunch of likes at the bottom. He didn't tell me. Announced directly in the group. They also sent me the location of my neighborhood. And I will take Xiaobo with me in the 2nd year of junior high school. Uncle, okay, just in time to take a look at Nian Nian's new house. Dad, come on, it's a big place with 3 bedrooms and 1 living room. I looked at the message. Laughed. Good. Bring it on. Comeol. I changed the password lock to a new password. All furniture is in place. The living room is tidy. There are melon seeds and fruits on the coffee table. Ready. On the night of New Year's Eve, I had New Year's Eve dinner alone in my new house. 1 meat, 1 vegetarian, and 1 soup. There are fireworks outside the window. I held the bowl and looked at it for a while. Then I made a video call to Grandma. Grandma, Happy New Year. Nian Nian, Happy New Year. Grandma is laughing on the other side of the screen. I'll pick you up tomorrow and live together, okay? Grandma said, you go about your business first. Grandma will come again when you are done. She knows. She knows everything. 2nd grade of junior high school. They are coming. 8. The 2nd day of the Lunar New Year. 2 p.m. The doorbell rang. I opened the door. Dad stood at the front. Lu Fong stood beside her and Su Hao hid behind her. Behind them are aunts, uncles, and aunts. 7 people in total. Dad was carrying 2 cartons of milk. Nian Nian, Happy New Year. He looked around. Not bad, well decorated. A group of people entered the living room. Look east, look west. Auntie pushed open the door of the master bedroom. Hey, it's a big room. Su Hao ran into the 2nd bedroom. Dad, this room is quite big. Dad looked at me with a smile. Nian Nian, you see, Su Hao likes this room very much. I didn't answer. Pour the tea. Everyone sits down. Dad cleared his throat. Today is not a big event. It's just a family get-together. He glanced at Lu Fong. Lu Fong said, Nian Nian, Su Hao will be promoted to junior high school next year. You also know how important the school district is now, the experimental middle school in your community. Wait a moment. Uncle took over. Nian Nian, your uncle will help you analyze it. If you, a girl, get married, you will no longer live in this house sooner or later. Why not let Su Hao's household registration be moved here now, and then move out after he goes to school? It won't affect you at all. Auntie nodded. It's just as a family, help each other. It's not easy for your father to raise you like this, Dash. Aunt. I put down the teacup. You just said that it's not easy for my dad to raise me like this? Auntie was stunned for a moment. Yeah, you have to worry about raising a daughter. I laughed. Then let me ask you. Do you know how much money my dad gave me in total? The living room was quiet. Dad's expression changed. Nian Nian. $7,600. I said, 17 years. $7,600. No one spoke. The average is $447 a year. I looked at my aunt. 37 yuan a month. What you said about raising me as big as this is the price. Auntie opened her mouth. The uncle said, Nian Nian, don't just count money. What's that? I stood up. Walked to the TV cabinet. Take out that envelope. Consider it feelings? I spread the form on the coffee table. This is the breakdown I compiled. Dad gave it to me. 7,600. My mother gave it to me. 11,200. Total. 18,800. 17 years. 18,800. I looked up at Dad. Do you know how much Grandma spent raising me? Dad lowered his head and said nothing. Grandma sold the house she had lived in for 30 years. 320,000. The tuition fee is 48,000. Living expenses, medical expenses, clothes, stationery, conservatively calculated, 450,000. I mean every word. My grandma raised me, not you. The room was so quiet that you could hear the sound of the heating pipe. Su Hao huddled behind Lu Fong, not daring to look at me. Dad finally spoke. Nian Nian, what happened in the past? What happened in the past? I pulled the yellowed paper out of the envelope. What's this? Dad's face turned pale when he saw the piece of paper. Education Fund Commitment Letter. I read it out. I, Su Zhangguo, promised to deposit 1,000 yuan in education funds for my daughter Su Nian every month for her university use. Signed, Su Qianguo. Date, March 15th, 2010. I looked at him. 78,000. The 78,000 you promised me. Who did you spend your money on? Dad's lips were trembling. Su Hao's milk powder, diapers, early education classes, and Lego classes. I handed the letter of commitment to my aunt. Auntie, look at it. It's in black and white. He wrote it. He signed it. Then he took the money and spent it on another child. My tuition fee was raised by my grandma selling her house. I turned to Dad. Now you're here again. You spent my education fund. You still want my school district room. Su Qianguo. What you owe me, when are you going to pay it back? Dad slumped on the sofa. Not a word could come out. Lu Fong's face was ashen. She reached out and pulled Su Hao. Let's go. The uncle's face turned pale when he looked at the form. My aunt took the letter of commitment and read it over and over 3 times. After a long while, he said, Zhangguo, is this true? Dad didn't speak. It's true. I said, every word, every penny. I have records. I took out my phone. Open that photo album. This is all Dad's transfer records in the past 17 years. The biggest sum is 1,000. The smallest amount is 100. Most months, it's 0. I handed the phone to my uncle. Uncle, see for yourself. The uncle watched for a while. He put down his phone. He glanced at his father. No more words were spoken. No one in the living room said family anymore. No one says help each other anymore. No one will say, it's not easy to raise you so big anymore. I looked at Dad. Are you here today to see me or to ask for a house? He didn't answer. Then let me answer it for you. You're not my dad. You are Su Hao's father. Su Hao's school district room. You have to figure it out yourself. I earn my house alone. It has nothing to do with you. The door is open. I looked at them. Go on. I won't take the milk. Take it away. Lu Fong was the first to stand up. He pulled Su Hao away. The aunt lowered her head and left. When my uncle walked to the door, he looked back at me. Nian Nian. What did he want to say? In the end, he just said one thing. Thank you for your hard work. Dad was the last to go. He stood in the doorway, his back to me. Stood for a long time. Nian Nian. Dad, I'm sorry. I looked at his back. I'm sorry. It's no use. 78,000. When will you pay it back? When will it be settled? He's gone. The door closes. I leaned against the door panel. He breathed a sigh of relief. It's not over yet. There is another side. I looked down at my phone. Missed call from Mom. 3:09. The 3rd day of the Lunar New Year. Mom is here. Smarter than Dad. She didn't bring Zhao Daong. I only brought Tian, holding a pot of pork rib soup in his hand. Nian Nian, Mom stewed it for you. She walked in with a smile. Put the soup in the kitchen. Then sit down. Nian Nian, did your dad come yesterday? Word travels so fast. He asked you to transfer Su Hao's registered residence here? You didn't agree? No. Mom nodded. Done right. She patted my hand. Your dad is just selfish. He refused to pay child support back then and left it all to your grandma. She shook her head. It was not easy for your grandma back then. I looked at her. Wait until she finishes her performance. As expected, she changed the subject. Nian Nian, Mom is not like your dad. Mom is not here to get a household registration. Mom just wants to come and stay with you for a while. By the way, Tian Tian will go to elementary school the next year dash. Mom. I interrupted her. You are here to find a school district for Tian Tian. Mom's smile stopped for a second. No, Mom is just. I took out my phone. Open that screenshot. The conversation between Mother and Zhao Daong in the circle of friends. It would be a waste for her to live alone. When the time comes, I will take Tian Tian to live there, and I will save money on renting a house. I handed her the phone. That's what you said. Mom's face changed. Nian Nian, why are you? Your circle of friends. You posted it yourself. You told Zhao Daong yourself. I take my phone back. You're just like Dad. He wants my house to be given to Su Hao. You want my house for Tian Tian. What's the difference? He said it directly. You make a pot of soup first. Mom's eyes were red. Nian Nian, Mom didn't mean that. Mom really cares about you. Do you feel sorry for me? I took out my grandma's passbook from the envelope. Look at this. Grandma's bank book. From 320,000 to 14,000. It's all spent on me. And you. You gave me 11,200 yuan in 17 years. Do you know how much you spend on Tian Tian in a year? 18,000 for ballet, 24,000 for piano, 42,000 a year. The money you spent on Tian Tian for 1 year is 4 times what you gave me for 17 years. Mom lowered her head. Don't speak. Tian Tian hid behind her and looked at me secretly. Besides, I took out my phone. Pull out another set of screenshots. Do you remember my birthday when I was 13? Mother said nothing. You forgot. You were throwing a birthday party for Tian Tian that day. Tian Tian's classmate asked me who I was. You say. I paused. A relative's child. Mom's body trembled. Didn't you say you felt sorry for me? A relative's child. You said so. The living room was quiet. Tian Tian tugged on her mother's sleeve. Mom, what's wrong with sister? Mom didn't answer. I walked to the window. Turned her back to them. Mom, do you know what Grandma told me? Mom didn't answer. Grandma said that when you and Dad were divorcing, the mediator asked you if you wanted custody of me. I turned around. You said, I want to start over. It's hard to get married with children. Mom's tears fell.